Hello. I'm going to change the topic a little bit because you're not a one-note wonder and have, I know, a whole slate of policy proposals that are quite specific. And I know one of them is that you're not in favor of free college. I'm really curious about what you think about public education K through 12 and what you think about the crisis of student loan debt, what your proposals are around both of those things, and also education in general, which seems essential to our civic health.
Yes, thank you. I have 75 policy proposals on my website, so it's like UBI and then like 74 others. So that's what she was referring to, I think, in part. I love the spirit of free college or free public college. I just think that it sends the wrong message because college, so the first thing is that only 32% of Americans graduate from college, and that proportion has essentially been constant for years. And then as we've tried to plow more people into college, what we've done is we've brought down the college completion rate. The college completion rate in 6 years now is 59%. So 41% of people who are starting college do not finish within 6 years. And so selling college as a panacea is just not going to work. And it's subsidizing something that's enjoyed by the top third of the population, which may or may not be the direction you want to go. So to me, you're much better off putting $1,000 a month into everyone's hands and saying, if you want to use that to partially pay for college, that's great. If you want to pay for vocational, which we should be massively investing in, that would be great too. If you want to do something independent, maybe you want to start something, like that would be a better way to go. And it's in tandem with the fact that we have this educational school loan crisis in this country where it's up to $1.5 trillion. Why has college gotten 2.5 times more expensive over the last 25 years? It has not gotten 2.5 times better. And so the reason is that they've just invested in a lot of non-faculty administrators. And so you have to separate out the different problems. Has college gotten too expensive? Yes. Saying, are we going to subsidize and have free college as a solution? To me, it's a little bit too much in one way and not enough in another. So what you do is you go to colleges and you say, look, why are you so expensive? You got to get your costs down and you got to get your administrator to student ratios down to what they were in the 90s. And if you don't get school loans. And then the universities would say that's impossible. And then you'd be like, well, I have a feeling you'll figure it out. And then they would. And then they would find that it impacts the student experience, not at all. Because at this point, these schools are like a massive, crushing debt burden. It's like a tax on our economy. How many of you all have student loan debt? You all look kind of young, some of you. Yeah, you don't need to be young to have student loan debt. I had $100,000 in school loans myself. I used to call it my mistress because I was like writing a check to like a family in another part of the country. I was like, so it's immoral. I would forgive a lot of that student loan debt in an argument for stimulus because young people and like other people should be starting families, buying homes, starting businesses, and not paying off this phantom school debt that, like was for an education they got years ago and the school was already paid. It's purely a financial invention at this point. And so if you wanted to make an economy that worked for people, you would just be like, look, this is a great stimulus to the economy. Let's just like get some of the school loan debt off of people's backs, get colleges to be more cost efficient, and then give everyone $1,000 a month and invest very highly in vocational. Because right now only 6% of American high school students are in vocational or technical tracks. In Germany, that's 59%. What do you all think the appropriate percentage is for America then? 25 or 30, right? But the problem is we're overselling college to all these kids. We're like, hey, if you don't go to college, your life is over. And then they go to college, they get this debt. Even if you come out of college right now, you know what the underemployment rate is for recent college grads? It's 44%. So again, this entire like subsidized free college, like it doesn't solve the problem. Like if you come out and you're underemployed and you don't have crushing debt, yeah, that's better than having crushing debt. But like maybe we need to start trying to address the imbalances in our system. And one of the imbalances is that we're over-prescribing college, we're under-supporting vocational trades and apprenticeships, because if you're going to automate away a lot of the jobs, which we are, 44% of the jobs in America are either repetitive manual or repetitive cognitive. We're going to automate away a ton of those jobs. But you know what's really hard to automate away? HVAC repair. Yes, air conditioning repair, plumbing. Like it's very, very hard to automate away fine motor work like that. Those jobs are steady, they pay well, they're gratifying. So we need to start saying to kids, like, that's a really good way to go. Like, that's a better way to go than a 4-year degree that might, that just might lead you nowhere. No offense, I went to college, I love college and all that, but we're just overselling it. So it's a very long-winded answer to a complex set of issues, but it's a multi-pronged problem.